I'm just diving in and getting started. Feels a little high. Okay. It's Thursday. I have already been to court. I have already done a bunch of work. I'm back home to work from home for a little bit. Get another Duck Derby update video out to you guys. And then it's back to court again after lunch. So it's going to be a busy, busy day. I am not as far along in the dividing up of prizes into lots as I want it to be. It will get done by the actual derby, but it's not done yet. But that's okay, because one thing at a time. Let's talk some cross stitch first, and some progress on things, and some fabric choices, and things like that. Kind of have a nice, enjoyable move into showing you some more prizes that came in the past week and talking about some stuff like that. Okay. I have my big basket of my stuff that I want to show and talk to you guys about. Let's put it on this side. Have light from the window. Okay, these are all ones that are plans. Plans. Progress. What I have learned from this project is that if Brenda and Laura says something is amazing and it's super fun and she couldn't stop working on it, listen. Because she knows what she's talking about, and I became obsessed with this project and did not want to put it down. Like, when it came the day for me to move to another one of my 40 starts, it was hard. Like, I'm legit itching to go back to this one. And that is Caroline Amelia Trowell. Oh my gosh, it's so much fun. So next year, 2023, hopefully, obviously, I'm going to be working a lot on like more monogamous stitching and getting a few finishes in. It's maybe one of my monogamous pieces. We'll see. I am stitching this on a piece of Latte by Fiber on a Whim. I talked about them last time and how much I just love their fabrics. I'm using the called for threads, and I didn't show last time. I have my threads on this thread drop that this lovely viewer Michelle sent me. And Michelle, thank you so much. I haven't reached out to you to actually say thank you. I had gifted her a chart, and I don't expect anything in return when I do something like that. But she sent me a thank you thread keep with my initial on it. And I just felt like it went so well with this. Like, it kind of mimicked the flowers in this one. So with her it goes. Thank you, Michelle. But I got so obsessed with this one that I found the other side of the piece. So it shows you this is a fat quarter. It's not a huge sampler. Like, you could probably squeeze this onto a fat eighth. If you really wanted to squeeze it on there and be like, oh, this is gonna be a little tedious to frame. But I mean, you could do it. That's how much of a smaller sampler it is. But I'm gonna end up cutting off a little. I'm gonna sneeze. It's happening. We are in the extreme here in Georgia of pollen season, and everything's blooming. And I'm looking out into my backyard right now, and it's beautiful, but it's a thing. So this is a week's worth of stitching on this piece because I got obsessed. Completely obsessed. Let's get in and kind of show you guys. I can't see what I'm showing you. I'm trying. It's so pretty and it's so much fun. I'm obsessed. I'm obsessed. I'm really sad I had to put this down. And this has this fun sawtooth border, which is neat and fast. So there's that. Just be aware that it changes in this upper right corner, like it's 3 3 3 3, and then it's not anymore right here. So if you're stitching it and you're getting into a rhythm and not looking at your chart, don't do that, because I almost did that. So yeah, I had one person comment last time that she was like, I'm not a sampler person, and I stopped the video and bought that because it's so unique and it's a good one. I feel like I say that about almost everything I stitch, though. It's a good one. Let's put this back in here. Have it in this bag, and I'm pretty sure it's from Lori Holt Fabrics, and this is from Buckleberry Quilts. Okay, so that is going back here. Right now I am working on Stacy Nash Dark Horse Pink Heat Drum. And at the moment I'm torn because I started doing this not only because I love the chart, but because I wanted to do a drum. Like, I wanted to have a drum finish. And with that said, if I decide to do a drum finish, if you're good at doing drum finishes and you would be willing for me to send some money your way and this piece your way for you to finish this into a drum for me, hit a girl up, because I'll never get it done. I won't. I'll never get it done, and it'll sit in my little box. I have a photo box over there with pieces in it that I've never made into anything, and it's ridiculous. So if you are willing to finish this for me, let a girl know. But I was also thinking it might be a nice little framed piece to like go above a door or something. I'm undecided. You guys let me know what you think I should do, because I'm undecided. I ran into an issue with this chart. Charts have mistakes. I get it. I totally get it. Like, no harm, no foul, except it's a little frustrating. So I'm warning you, as a stitcher, if you get this to stitch it, and you stitch it exactly as the chart is, the house will be a little wonky. Nothing wrong with that if you're cool with a wonky house. And by wonky, I mean your center point, your crown, your window, and your door will all match up. The rest of the house is going to be one stitch the other direction. So you're going to have more space on one side between the door and this window, and this window and this window, than on the other side. That's not the way the model is stitched on the front. It's stitched completely symmetrically. But the way it's charted is just one square off. So if you want yours to be symmetrical, do not do what I did and count off of this flower here to start your roof. What you need to do is come down from here, stitch your crown, center up that center medallion on the roof, because the roof has a pattern to it. Scoot that over one, center it up, and start stitching your roof. And then center your windows. I mean, you can do it, it's easy, but it takes a little using your brain initially, because I needed everything to be centered. I mean, I needed it, so I did. And this is where I am. I love filling in a big house. It brings me so much joy. So I am in my sweet spot right now working on this. The house and the horse are in gassed carriage black, which means sometimes when you photograph it and look at it, it looks like these beautiful like shades of gray and charcoal, and sometimes under the right light it looks kind of navy. It's a really nice color. I used a lot of carriage black in another Stacy Nash piece that I stitched, which is Halloween at Hollyberry Farm. That was really fun to stitch. In fact, that's still leaning up against the wall in my bedroom. I've got to get that on the wall. But called for threads, some adjustment to the house, and I'm stitching this on a piece of Lakeside 36 count vintage pecan butter. Dharma's coming in to yell at us. Yeah, come on. Come on in here. I will admit, I hoard some Lakeside pieces for just the right thing, and I had a smaller piece of Lakeside, and I thought, you know what? I love this piece. I've wanted to stitch it for a really long time. It's Lakeside worthy. So, Lakeside worthy. You guys know what that means. Everything else that I have here are things that I have switched up fabrics for or have chosen fabrics for. So let's go through. Tombstone spots, which I am starting with Michelle Cozy Egg on Friday the 13th of this month. Out of print chart, apologies. I was going to do it on a gray. I saw Amy Baruch's gorgeous, gorgeous piece on brown. And I said, well, that's what I'm doing. So then I talked to Michelle and found out what she was stitching hers on. And you know what, Michelle? I'm going to bow down to your choice and I'm going to copy you. And I told you I might do that and you weren't like, don't do that. So hopefully it's okay. If it's not okay, let me know. But I also kind of love the idea of us have completely twinning pieces in our own homes. Makes my dark black heart like flitter flatter a little. So I'm going to use the called for threads, which turn that way. It looks like it's a lot of lighter colors, but there are some darker colors in there. And I'm going to do it on Fiber on a Whim Affogato, which is kind of a beigey, greenish tone linen. I think it's going to be really cool. I almost deemed this Lakeside worthy and used a piece of vintage exemplar that I have. Almost, because these threads, particularly this stone, I mean, looked killer on there. But I only have one fat quarter left of the vintage exemplar. And we all know how hard it is to find and get. I don't think now is the time. So it goes back into stash. And these threads are going on this piece. And me and Michelle can be complete twins. So I stole this fabric. I already had it kitted up with one of my 40 starts. And I stole it from Elizabeth Hunter. Elizabeth Hunter, literal squirrel, sorry. There's a squirrel kind of doing its thing down the neighbor's fence and jumping into one of our trees. Some people get annoyed by the local wildlife, particularly chipmunks. Freaking love chipmunks. Yes, they tear up the yard and they do their thing, but you show me a cuter outdoor animal than a chipmunk. I mean, they're so cute. I digress. Elizabeth Hunter. You know Elizabeth Hunter from Brenda and Laura's videos because Brenda has the antique hanging behind her on the wall. And Laura just started it. So Laura's going to, I know, hopefully get this out with me when I work on it. And I think I'm starting it in Sampler September. I think is when I have this slated. But this is a Scarlet House piece. I had the affogato pulled for it. And now this is a slightly darker fabric. And I'm good. I'm good with that. Let's kind of put these threads together. I should have all of these on thread keeps already, but I don't. Because Emily's life, well organized, it's not that organized. This is, I just got this one. This is 36 count Fiber on a Whim Caramel Macchiato. Just rolls off the tongue. It is kind of a sand dune color with some green. It's kind of spectacular. In person, the threads look okay on it. I'll show you this. And then I'll show you like the questionable colors. Like we'll pull those. Because we're always like, well, is that going to get lost on there? And I think they're all going to be okay. I think they're going to be okay. And I think this is going to be really pretty. I love a dark fabric. It makes my heart pitter-patter. Just the richness and the deep tones. So yeah, I think this is going to be an okay choice. It's a little darker than what looks like is called for here, but not a lot. I'm dropping threads. My tummy is rumbling because I'm kind of using some of my lunchtime to do this. It's cool. You guys are worth it. I got some spinach and cottage cheese downstairs because it's that time of year again where I've started wearing sleeveless tops and thinking about wearing a swimsuit. And guys, I gotta tighten some things up. I did really well last year and I lost like 20 pounds and then I gained 10 back. So that's where we're at, which is better than I started, but still. But bread is good and cheese dip is delicious. And have you had chocolate chip cookies? Life is hard. Tacos should make me skinny. Like that was a conversation I was having with a coworker the other day. She had a really bad day. And she was like, so after work today we can go for margaritas and cheese dip. And I was like, yeah, we can. So we went and I was like, tacos should make me skinny. And they should. Okay, so I chose fabrics for these two starts. These are both Starry Owl Stitchery bags that I'm in love with because her bags are really great. Let's show this one first because I've got lots to say about the other one. Christy Baron. If you are doing Christy Baron on something smaller than 40 count, you will need larger than a fat quarter. She a big girl. I am using a fat quarter because I am not doing the entire piece. So if you want to do the entire piece, make sure that you do your measurements because she's 243 by 268. Like, she a big girl. I, though, am going to chop. I'm going to chop her down. And I'm taking off the verse. So I'm going to bring this border down and put this border right above this row of flowers, which is, the row of flowers is part of what I'm here for. And it's just going to be that. I chose Fiber on a Whim. Surprise, surprise, because I'm kind of on a huge Fiber on a Whim kick. Brown Sugar. This piece of fabric is not what I expected it to be. That does not make me love it any less. I really dig the modeling. It's extreme, but I think with all of these motifs laid on top of it, it's gonna look cool. The colors for this one, you got a lot of greens and reds and browns and a blue. So yeah, I think that's gonna look cool. It's gonna have that green modeling, which is different than the model, to give it a little, you know, little something different, but it'll still be in the called for threads. I'm actually kind of excited about that. I think it's gonna be cool. Some people asked me in the comments, like, details about Fiber on a Whim, like what I thought about them. And to me, it feels like PTP. It has that, it's like it has more sizing in it. It's got more of a heft to it, and it's like not as limp as like Weeks or Lakeside. And it's probably tighter than some, but I don't think it's as tight as PTP. Because some people were like, I don't like PTP because I think it's too tight. I don't feel like it's as tight as PTP. You may feel differently. That's my stomach growling. Last one, and then we're going to go into showing you some fun stuff. Okay. Last time I talked a lot about Ann Roberts and how it called for NPI and DMC, and I just couldn't imagine how that was the case because of how modeled the front looks. And a sweet, sweet viewer jumped in and saved my butt and said, that's because it's not charted for those colors. There was a mistake in printing of the chart. So even though on the back it says Ann Roberts, it talks about Ann Roberts, this is actually the color key for, I think, Sir Dandy, another chart that came out at the same time by this designer. So, whoops, mistakes happen in charts. But I'm so glad that she let me know. And you know what? Now that she said that, I think I remember the designer doing an announcement and saying, oh my gosh, my bad. So you can go to the designer's website or blog and print a new cover sheet with the correct key, which are all over dyed cottons, which makes so much more sense. So the ones that I didn't have, I have on order. They should be coming from 123 Stitch very soon. And yeah, because I do not have the colors yet, I have pulled 2 pieces of linen for this project. Both are silk weaver, and we'll just see which one looks better. I have a silk weaver solo dye, and then I also have a silk weaver sand dune. So you guys know my feelings about silk weaver. I absolutely freaking love their linens, but I have other issues with them. Their linens sometimes will have dye dots on them. Like if you open it up, there might be a spot where like there's just a blue dot or a red dot where like maybe they use powdered dye and it doesn't mix thoroughly. I don't know. And then their customer service sucks. It sucks so much. Not in person. If you go there, they're great. They cannot get stuff to the post office to save their life. So I've quit buying from them. These are ones that I've had in stash for a really long time. So if you're like, oh my gosh, I love that, I warned you. If you order from them and months pass and you're like, where's my shit? I warned you. So one of these with Ann Roberts because I like the idea of it being on a darker fabric. I pulled more than one because there is a light color, like the color of the roof and stuff in there. Whichever one of these that pops off of is what I'm going to go with. I don't want that to blend in. Coffee break. My tattoo is healing really well. So there's that. It looks really great. It's a little itchy, but for the most part, it just looks good. So that's great. Guys, there's a big stack. This is all the stuff that I got for Duck Derby in the past week. And there's some good stuff. Let's start with what's right on top here. There is a local to me designer who does some cute stuff. And she came by and dropped off these kitted pieces to me. And she is with Little Stabbies, and you can find her on Instagram. So this is punk rock. It's Friday, I'm a Duck. Punk rock patterns made by a punk rock mom. She's really cool. So she has this one. It's Friday, I'm a Duck. And she has it with the DMC and some Ada. And then this one is Baby Crossing. And it has some cute little baby ducks with mohawks. How cute is that? And she has it kitted up with some Ada. Super, super, super cute. I was looking for that. So thank you, Whitney. Thank you so much. Put those over there. I'll put them together. Something fabulous will become of it. Now, Cheryl and Lorraine and some other stitchers, they work at Tiny Stitches in Marietta, which is a quilt shop down there. And they're also a part of the local guild. So between the two of them and another lady in the guild is where this next group of stuff came from. And it's things that they had duplicates of, or knew that they weren't going to stitch, or Sweet Cheryl does some of the model quilting for the shop, and she just goes through and goes, you can have this one. Yes, please. Thank you. So well, you can have this one, meaning I can have it to give away to you guys. So wait till you see that. They donated a Mary Pear, which is this Satsuma Street kit, and it's so super cute. Stitch With Me by Lizzie Kate, which is also a kit. Hands-on Design Harvest Hexies, which is cross-stitched hexies. This is, if I were this talented, this is something I would try to like slide aside and keep myself, because this is so cute. And it's creative. I've never seen cross stitch and English paper piecing, which is I guess what that is, put together before. Yeah, English paper piecing. How cute. And then we have, trying to get everything out, this one, which is the Bee Company Creations, the Bee Company. It's a little kit, and it looks like some maybe petite point. I'm trying to tell, but it's got all of the stuff with it, the lace and the little wooden pieces. We have Winter Essentials from the Primitive Hair. Sunflower Cat by Top Knot Stitcher. Oh, that is cute. Circle of Friends, Sam Sarah Design Studio, and it's kind of a bright, summery patterned drum, pinky, and it even has these gorgeous pins and everything that you need there. I have some duplicate charts that they had, a Dutch sampler by Kathy Barrick. We have two of The Country Life by Blackbird Designs. I have this one, and I just love that full stitched yard. I mean, that's a lot of stitching, but it's pretty awesome. The Winter is Past. I want to say that another one of this was donated, so I'm going to have a decent amount of Blackbird stuff, and I know we all love our Blackbird. And I think that we're all like, buy all the Blackbirds, and sometimes we end up with more than one. Come Into My Garden by Blackbird. Another great one. I want to do that one day. A couple of pieces of linen. This one looks like a printed linen, but it's pretty cool. Yeah, Rogue stitching, printed fabric, and pink marble. And it looks like it's a fat half. It's crazy. Do lots of noise, people annoyed. What else we got? Just a lap full of stuff here. What is this? The Snowfall 30 count linen from the Primitive Hair. And we know these are printed by the Primitive Hair in really cool fabrics. We have Bent Creek, the sampling. Bent Creek Season's Greetings. Hands-on Design, Wintertime, THYME. And this comes with the little bells and some rickrack. Waxing Moon Designs, Old Witch Mary. Oh, I like this. That's cool. Antique Cups and Spoons by Shakespeare's Peddler. The Friendship Tree by Shakespeare's Peddler. Scattered Seed Samplers, Strawberry Pin Keep. I know there are all of these people out there that are just great at doing these smalls and then immediately going to their sewing machine and whipping them up into these fabulous things, but that person is not me. So these need to go to somebody who's good at that. Madame Chantilly. This is Halloween Drive Lesson. That's cute. And I usually, like, I'll do some seasonal lots too. So like, you'll have a lot of some really cool Halloween pieces and Halloweeny fabrics and stuff, and a Christmas lot, or a holiday lot rather. Summer Garland by Madame Chantilly. It says Winter Holiday Collection by, this looks like, yeah, this is a Mill Hill. Cute. Comes with your beads and your threads. Ooh, dropping stuff. My Big Toe Cross Stitch Designs, Retirement Planning. This is not hoarding, it's called Retirement Planning. yeah, that's totally what it's called. And then we have some by Riveras. This is In All Things We Give Thanks in Mermaid. Those are cute. Nikki's Creations, Embroidery Halloween. Oh, I don't think I've ever seen this. That's cute. The little black cats there in the bottom. Buttons and Pins, Reward of Merit Pincushion by Blackbird Designs. Lizzie Kate, Love Summer. And this has got goodies in with it. Oh, Lizzie Kate promised me. This is a good one. Yeah, this is a good one. Really sweet. And make a good gift for somebody. And that's still not it in that group. Let's pull this out and we'll put these back in. Autumn Garden by Samplers Not Forgotten. This is really pretty and looks like it's got some specialty stitches in it maybe. That's pretty. Luminous Fiber Arts, Counting is Hard. And this one's got the DMC with it. Counting is Hard. English Garden by Samplers Not Forgotten. I've seen people do this one. It's so pretty. Stitchin' Witches by the Victoria Sampler. And it looks like this one has got some photocopied stuff in it, so I probably won't be able to give this away. We'll put that over there. May just be working copies, but better safe than sorry, right? Okay, now let's show these quilts. One of them that Cheryl gave me is kind of a baby size quilt with a cat theme. You know, babies, like the whole black and white thing is really great for their development. Okay, let's stand. Oh, that's so pretty. Yeah, black and white, wonderful for babies' development. And these, like this pinwheel pattern, pinwheels are also a sign of child abuse awareness. So this is kind of perfect. And then black and white on the back. So, need a gift for a baby shower? Do you have a new baby? Buy a duck. Okay. Good there. She told me, in fact, she sent me the name. Sorry, allergies and hair. She sent me the name of the Flosstuber. She told me she's out on the West Coast. And she has this quilt. She does a quilting floss tube and I think also cross stitch. And she has, seriously? She has this quilt hanging up behind her in all of her videos. And your eye is just drawn to it. And she thought, I made that quilt as a model. At this moment, I cannot remember her name. So I'm going to put it right here and I'm going to go and watch her videos because I wasn't familiar with her. So I'm going to go check her out. She's supposed to be really cool. And I need to know about more people who are really cool that I don't know about. So this person has this quilt hanging behind them in their videos. And it's so cute. It's a Christmas quilt. Yes, it's May. And we are talking Christmas. It is so cute. Look at all these little Christmas animals. Okay, I'm doing a piss poor job of showing this to you guys. Hold on. I mean, it's pieced together. You've got this deer and the penguins and this polar bear, these cool trees, and then there's a moose. This is a really pretty quilt, and it's a good size. I mean, you can see. I have great talent of showing quilts. That's the back of it. And, you know, this beautiful red binding. Ugh, so pretty. So pretty. So this will be available for you to win. Let's try to fold this up somewhat neatly. The next stuff that I have to show from some designers and makers, or people who had extras of hard to get things from designers and makers who were generous and love you guys, love the cause, and wanted to share. So, okay, we're gonna start from here. This one is from Duck Derby prizes from Victoria Thornberry. She sent, and Victoria, this box smells so good. If this is what your house smells like, it smells like bath bombs. Wish my whole house smelled like bath bombs. She included in here a gorgeous bracelet, a Brighton bracelet. It says courage, love, hope, and dreams on it, which I will put with some of her other stuff that she donated. Ooh. So that's in here. It's really, really pretty. She also included a brand new, never used 2022 Book of Days. Yeah. I may see if I can't get some stickers to kit up with this, or one of those sticker books, because a couple of people gave me stuff to round out prizes with. So I may look into doing that. And then she also sent me, you know, those things where you were like, oh man, when that came out, maybe I wasn't in love with it then, but now I see people stitching it and now you can't get it. It's a Coming to America kit. The Women of the Mayflower by With Thy Needle and Thread. Yeah. So if you missed that boat, yeah, I don't think I'm funny either. If you missed that boat, you can still get on it because it's here. And it is, this is 40 count vintage country mocha. This is a 40 count kit. That's what I was looking for. And the extra threads that weren't shipped initially, everything's in here. It's all in here. Stitchers are amazing. Okay. Next, R Woodworks sent me goodies. I have not opened this box other than cut it open, so you guys are about to be as excited as me. And then they also sent me like this stuff. What is in here? Is that everything? Yes. They sent me this. Duck Derby donation, emilyciavarro, from Rich and Roxanne Henderson of R Woodworks, Kentucky. There's an 18-inch winder, and that was the separate package. Ooh, okay. Thank you guys. Like you really did some good stuff. So, wow. I do not have one of their winders, and I need to correct that. This is nice. Really nice. Look at that, like perfectly beveled edges. It's pretty. It's getting immediately wrapped back up so that no harm comes to it. And the lucky winner, whoever that may be, will get this and everything else that's in this box, which apparently is a stand, a 10-inch scissor holder, a 9-inch winder, and a 12-inch winder. This looks like winders. Yes. So it's just smaller winders, just like that one. Wow, these are pretty. And I'm a person who really appreciates when somebody has like real pride in their work. And you can tell that they have pride in their work. This is the 10-inch scissor. Oh man, that's beautiful. And if you guys could feel this, this wood is so smooth. Like it's like holding a stone that's been like polished by the ocean for years and years and years. So a 10-inch scissor holder, which that means it has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 12 spots for scissors. So pretty. Oh, this is nice. And a stand, which is the same beautiful smooth wood. And I'm sure you can prop your chart up here, and it's got this little crevice to hold it. And you could hang anything you needed to from this edge, threads or whatnot else. There is a magnet in here for keeping your needles, or maybe even your scissors could magnet there. Guys, thank you so much. This is so generous, and this is, they put on here that this was an $89 value. So whoever wins this, because I'm going to do it all as like one, like you get all the matching goodies. And you're gonna make out like a bandit. Okay. Put these over here. I'll make it prettier again later. And now it's going here, here. Okay. Barry. Barry sent me goodies. She's a sweetheart. Barry from Stitch Folk. She made me this to give away. Barry, you're lucky I'm an honest woman, because I would say this one got lost in the mail and keep it for myself, because this is beautiful. But alas, it goes into the giveaway. So if you're like me and you covet Barry's bags, not only is there this one, which has this back, but she also sent, the Stitch Folk thing is covering it up. I'm gonna open it so you can see the picture on the front. But you get one of these. Well, will be in a separate one. So this will be in the giveaway. And it even has a picture of little baby Laura on her tricycle. Yeah. Well, no, I'm a big Laura fan, so And then this one is another Laura one. Some people are annoyed by that sound. I know it means look up. I mean, how cute is that with the dog? And Laura on her tricycle again. So that's what Barry herself sent me. Another lady, Chris Mullen, sent me these. Because it turns out she ordered one of each of these for herself. And her daughters knew that she wanted them. So they ordered one of each for her as well. So she said, my extra is the Duck Derby's game. And she sent me these no longer made or available Stitch Folk bags that were done for Laura's big birthday sale that came out last year. One of each. The blue one and the red one. I personally have the red one because I loved the red one, and that's what I bought for myself. They were hard to get. Like, you had to be on it. They were gone in seconds. So there's also the blue. Not only did she send the bags, but she purchased, so that you really won't miss out, Elizabeth Isles charts from the Scarlet Letter to give away with these. I mean, this is worth buying a duck for alone, in my opinion, because this is the kind of thing where when they were gone, they were gone. And like you can't get these now. And they, on the inside, they have the cool pocket and the cool little thread keep. And then they also have the little, the book that opens up that holds your thread snippets. If you just go right now down to the description box below and even spend $5 on a duck, one duck, you could win. Your name could be drawn. And if these are still available, you could pick one. I'm just saying. Some good stuff. This is the last thing I have this week. And this is from Heart Song Stitchery from Tish. And she sent me bags with her projects in them kitted up. These bags are really pretty. Look at this one. So this one inside is kitted up. Oh, that fabric is soft. Hand-dyed Bluebell Jobelin 28 count. Oh, that's pretty. Look at this. It's like a little ripped fabric or cut fabric garland. And then all of the threads already on thread keeps for you. That's so pretty. That's a neat idea. We all, well, not all of us, but a lot of us have some extra fabric flying around. We could do that. So there's the first one that she sent. Ooh, this is cool. Yeah, this one's really cool. Look at this fabric. And it's another vinyl front bag. She sent 32 count vintage smoky white linen Zweigart fat quarter. And I'm not going to take it out because it's you know, we know what it is. It looks like it's what it's called for. Yes. So you have the stuff to make this. Because also in here, oh, look at these threads, the way they're, oh, I'm screwing it up. I'm screwing it up. Don't do that. Okay, I'm going to quit touching it now. This awesome boho thing. And then you've got all these Weeks Dye Works. This is pretty. Oh, that's so pretty. Flowers of Peace. Feels like there's something else in there, but I'm not going to open it. You can be surprised if there is when you win this. But you have to enter to win. You have to adopt a duck. And then there's a lot of people who are saying they're not getting their receipts. So my recommendation to you is if you're going down and you're entering, once you get to your confirmation page, screenshot it. So that if you don't get your receipt, you can still send me your screenshot. And I need to see the part where it says how many ducks you adopted. So the little grid at the bottom with the total you spent and then the total number of duck entries, that's really what I need. So worst case scenario, people are sending me their a screenshot of part of where it's cleared through their bank or their credit card and where it says local rubber duck race and then the amount. Because I've entered so many of these now, I know how many ducks or how much money. Last one. That's cute. And vinyl front. Oh. I'm not going to open this. I don't know what's in it. I bet it's something amazing. This is 36 count white linen from Zweigart. Oh, this is really awesome. I bet it's Hexy stuff. As I hold it up to the light. Oh, yeah, this is cool. Oh, this is so cool. OMG, it's bright. And it's the stuff where you can make this Hexy pincushion drum. I want to make a Hexy pincushion. Guys, that's so cool. Yet again, another one of these awesome, it's so pretty. And then all of these beautiful bright threads. Stitchers, man. Stitchers. Stitchers are awesome. Getting it back in here. And that is that. That's what I have to show you. Adopt ducks. Go forth and adopt ducks. Make sure that you get those into me. The Duck Derby is not Saturday like day after tomorrow, but the next Saturday, May 14th. You have to have your adoptions done and your receipt or however you're proving that you adopted to me in by when the race happens. And that is noon Eastern Standard Time, May 14th. I won't start drawing immediately at noon. I'll give like the stragglers a chance to like wait on their receipt to come in or figure out how to get their receipt to me. So I'll wait a little time after noon before I start drawing. And then what I'm going to do is I'll draw for the first few winners and I'll contact you and say, here's the link to the Facebook album where all of the prizes are grouped by photo. Go choose what you want, let me know what you want. And then I'll mark that as claimed and who claimed it, and then I'll move to the next person. And it takes me a few days. So just because you don't get contacted like the weekend of Duck Derby doesn't mean you didn't win. It just means I'm still choosing winners. But it's so fun to do it this way. So it's exciting. I'm going to stop this and I'm going to go downstairs and I'm going to film a few plants for you guys and put that on the end of this. Because I bought my mom this plant for Mother's Day that I am taking to her tomorrow. And she's pretty sure she doesn't watch my videos, and she won't between now and tomorrow because she's in Florida on the beach with her girlfriends, living her best 73-year-old life. I'm telling you, I think she's 17 instead of 73. That's what it feels like here lately, but that's a story for another day. So living her best 73-year-old life on the beach in Florida. doing her thing. Oh, I guess I can't take it to her tomorrow then, but she says she'll be back on Saturday. I'll figure it out. So we're gonna go downstairs. I'm gonna show you the plant that I got her because it's so pretty. It's so pretty. And I'll show you some other ones that I just recently acquired. So let's go do that. Adopt ducks. Okay, this is the big Mama Jamma plant that I bought my mom for Mother's Day. This is one of my favorite plants to gift to people because it's easy to take care of. It looks like an expensive plant, and it's not an expensive plant. I actually sent Brenda one of these when she first started going through her journey. It wasn't quite this big though, because I shipped hers. This one's huge. Let's turn the camera around. Oh my gosh. This is a marble queen pothos, and it's currently on top of my microwave so that my cats don't nibble on the bottoms of these leaves before I take it to my mom. I got it home and watered it yesterday, so there's a little bit of guttation happening. It's pushing the extra water out the leaves, and it's just being super happy. Look at those leaves. I mean, and some of them are so big. Like, I'm so excited to give this to my mom. And like, she's a plant person, but she's not like crazy like me plant person. So she might be like, oh, that's cool. What is it? But it'll be fine. So speaking of pothos, there's my neon pothos that's on top of my refrigerator. It's one of my favorite plants. They're all my favorite though. I love all my babies. Let's go outside and show you more plants. You know what? There's so many plants out here. We're just going to kind of walk around and show you the gloriousness that is my sunroom. Even the messy parts, like where I have a towel on the love seat because Buster lays there and it's all ratty and covered in Buster fur. Okay, turning you around. This is an unhappy syngonium, which got pests, and I treated it, but it's still not completely happy again. That is a lone stem of a ZZ plant that a volunteer gave me, and I'm just waiting on it to have a baby. This is a beautiful Dieffenbachia that actually came from my brother-in-law's funeral, and my sister gave it to me because she was like, I am killing this plant. Please take it home with you. It hates me. She is not a plant person. In fact, I'm going to her house tomorrow, and she was like, I'm killing more plants. They're going home with you. So there's that. This is a Hoya Crinkle 8. I think I've shown this to you guys before. It's a happy little plant. Look at it. Look at it putting out new leaves. Oh, love it. This is my Pilea Dark Mystery. We've been through some things together. But it keeps coming back. I mean, real plant mom life right here. This is my Monstera Peru. I had it at work, and it obviously didn't have enough light because it shut off these vines without leaves. But now, since I have been working from home, these vines without leaves have started putting out leaves again. Let's just admire the beauty that is a Monstera Peru leaf. Man, they're beautiful. They are so freaking pretty. This one's brand new. It's still all flimsy and light green. Look at this one. Oh my gosh, that's pretty. Okay. Move out of the way so we can admire your friend. This is my Hoya Crimson Queen. Beautiful, beautiful leaves. She struggled a little. She was shipped to me. So, but she's putting out some new leaves. These are new. That one, that one. So, you know, growing. It's my pink Neon Robusta Syngonium. Me and my Syngonians also had some struggle. They all kind of got the pests and we're working on it. This one, working real hard. Working real hard to come back, but I'll spray it again and we're going to be fine. This is my Global Green Pothos. You can get these now in like Walmarts and other stores, and they were really hard to get, but now you can find them. And they've got this beautiful variegation. This is my Hoya Pubicalic Splash in my Sometimes I Wet My Plants container. This is one of my Scindapsus Trubii Moonlights. It is in a very appropriate pot because we were on the struggle bus for like a year and a half. Part of it died, and now it's doing pretty well, as you can see from this big new leaf. This is my Maria Syngonium. The Maria Syngonium is honestly one of my favorites because I feel like it grows better for me, but she's still on the struggle bus. Pay no attention to the Hoya macrophylla that is currently dying. I bought this yesterday. Let's angle away from the cat litter. I bought this yesterday, and it is labeled as a Billabata wax plant Hoya DS70. My understanding is that is wrong, and this is a Hoya Bretonnier. So I'm excited. I watered it yesterday. It already had some new growth trying to come in. I'm going to let it do its thing out here on the sunroom this spring and summer and hope that it just flourishes. I have read and been told that this species of Hoya will flower quicker than other ones. I'll show you a Hoya behind me in a second that is just loving life but still has never formed a peduncle and flowered for me, which makes me sad. This is my Hoya Australis. It's grown since I got it. It's growing across the ceiling. It's happy, but you know, doing its thing. I love Hoya, can you tell? I'll go over here. This is my rabbit foot fern. Let's get underneath so you can see some of the crazy rabbit feet. Probably needs a drink. This is where I am propagating some Tradescantia. I don't do well with Tradescantia. They need more love and attention than I'm willing to give. This is a Peperomia beetle that I saved from a Home Depot over a year ago. And it's really done well. It looked really bad for a long time, and I mean, it gets dry leaves, but look at that. So pretty. This is another funeral plant my sister gave me because she was like, here, take this, I'm killing it. I am going to probably separate these plants out because they don't all have the same care needs. But that hasn't happened yet. Peperomia, I forget the name of that one, but it's blooming and is happy. That is one of my baby marble queens. Not as big as the one I'm giving my mama. A dying Hoya compacta rope. Whatever. This is my Burrow's tail, which loves it out here. You can't touch it though, or it falls apart. This I tried to kill. It's coming back. This is my oldest plant. This is a peace lily that came from my dad's funeral back in 2016. It's always been on the struggle bus, but I'm not going to let it die. This Dischidia, total struggle bus. Half of it's alive, half of it's dead. Such is my life. This Pilea Moon Valley Friendship plant, I thought I completely killed this. And it's coming back from like one leaf. And I'm just trying to really take care of it and let it do its thing. This is a big lipstick plant that I found. And I love it. It did terrible until I put it right in this spot on the porch. And ever since then, it has shot out all kinds of new growth and is super happy. So I refuse to move it from the spot. Even though it's on some speakers that probably need to be somewhere else in the house. I'm like, tough, Jim. You can't ever have those again. This plant has to stay right here. This is possibly my favorite plant. This is my Hoya Crimson Princess, which loves it out here. And it has just grown like crazy. But like I said, it keeps putting out all of this new growth and all these beautiful pink vines and leaves living up to its name. But I have yet to see a peduncle. That's okay. One day she'll flower for me. And she'll reward me for loving her so much. And until then, we'll just love her for being so wild and crazy and let her grow all over the room. Okay, now we're going to go over here where Buster is in his spot. This is his love seat. Right, Buster? Yeah. I just bought this. This is a variegated lipstick plant, which as you can see is not variegated. That one leaf is. So I read that if you expose it to high light conditions, the variegation could come back. So we're over here in the southeast window trying to live our best life and hoping that will happen. And I just got this like a week or so ago and like, oh, sorry. And like, this is new. Like, it's happy here. So this is a Hoya Chelsea, which to me looks similar to the Crinkle 8, but the leaves are more heart-shaped. Let's see if we can. Aren't they pretty? So yeah, heart-shaped leaves. We're moving around the room. Move my stuff that I'm spraying plants with. This is my Euphorbia, try something rubra, Euphorbia. Me and it had a time at one point through the summer and it lost all of its leaves. All of the new growth, which is this bright green that's coming in this growing season, has leaves. But unfortunately, it lost its other leaves. But I love this plant. It's like a cactus because these are all thorns. But it's not a cactus because it has leaves. And that makes it in the Euphorbia category. Here's some of my cacti. And the aloe plant that my sister gave me because she was like, yet again, I'm killing this, take it home with you. Speaking of killing things, look at my thumb cactus. It's blooming. And this old man cactus is totally one of my favorite things. Look at him. Look at his fuzzy little head. And then I'm hopefully not killing these succulents over here. I love these kalanchoes. Occasionally I don't water them soon enough and this happens. More Tradescantia struggle bus. They need more love than I give them, but this is a Tradescantia Nanook and more kalanchoe. This one is totally one of my favorites. Look at this. How pretty that is. So yeah. Those are my babies, at least my sun porch babies. I have some more in the living room, but we'll do that another day. And I'm going to actually do some work because I have to go back to court today. Adopt ducks. I've got a big plan for promoting duck adoptions for next year. And I'll talk more about that later because it's still evolving. But I think it's going to be good. I think it's going to be really good. Until then, adopt your ducks. Forward me your receipts via email to emilyciavarro@gmail.com. Yeah, between now and May 14th. Don't miss out. It's going to be awesome. And one day I'm going to replace this hideous fan. It's ugly. It was here when we bought the house. It's on my to-do list. See you guys next time.